Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of blackboarding every map in BTD6. I know I'm starting in the middle of a beginning of a run, and that is because I was busy during the first like 20 rounds of this, but I'm doing a voiceover, and so this is episode 50, and you're going to start with a Buccaneer on Strong, and then on round 7 you'll get a Sniper on First. We're playing on Muddy Puddles with Sai as our hero. This is episode 50, so we're playing another expert map. And yeah, one more time for round 6, you'll start with the boat in the left side of the pool on Strong, and then you'll put the Sniper on First for round 7, and then switch it to Strong for round 8. I'm sorry that it's been such a long time since I've uploaded, but I've been really busy this week, um, and this is the first day I've had to film a video. For round 9, you are going to put a sub down right there in the pool. Basically, the right side of the range border is going to be overlapping over the right side of the uh, radius. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you skip back, you can see where the uh, range border is. And then for round 10, once we have enough money, we are going to go get Boomerang, kind of in the middle of the two lanes on the right side, and then you're going to put him on last for a couple shots. And then at the very end of the round, we're going to get 1 or 2 shots on First, just so his Boomerang kind of arcs at the right spot. And then on round 11, we'll put the Boomerang back on last, and that will allow us to beat that round. And then we'll get a Desperado for round 12, in a spot where he can hit all 3 lanes on the left side. But yeah, it's been a busy week. I had one of my buddies hospitalized due to an infection from a lower back injury that was pressing on his spinal cord. So he had an emergency surgery, so I was up there 2 days this week with him. My work schedule has been kind of all over the place, so that's been fun. And we've just been putting more stuff in the apartment and getting it situated. So the game room looks really cool now. I did a lot of work on that this morning with my father. And yeah, we're kind of in a good spot now, so things are starting to slow down, and we can make more videos. We're going to put a sub on the right side of that middle puddle and get it to longer range for round 14, and then at the end of round 15, we should be able to get the advanced intel. And this is where the run becomes a lot easier. Once you have that advanced intel, you should have a lot of popping power for round 16. 17 is a complete joke, and then 18 is easy as long as you can beat the grouped greens, which will have twin guns by that time, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Alright, I muted my headset and it didn't make the sound in my ears, so that's interesting. I'll have to check that out. Anyways, we're able to beat round 19 and 20 and 21 with just the advanced intel sub and all of the support. And then at the end of round 21, we can get our airburst starts, and now the run becomes much easier. So we'll need to get some camo for round 24, so I'm going to get the Eagle Eye on the Desperado. And we're about to cut to live commentary, so I'll see you here in just a second. Alright, I'm here on round 25, and the reason that I'm here is because I've died to this round before. The purples are just really annoying, and sometimes can get through, so what I'm going to do is put the Desperado on Strong, and just try to make sure that we can pop all the purples without them getting through, la la la. Because if we can beat round 25, I can get Sai mid round 26, and then we should be in the clear. And here we are. It looks like our RNG is pretty good. Alright, it's close. It's a little scary, but now we should be able to get Sai mid round 26. I'm going to slow it down just to try to make sure I can get it. Boom. There we go. And then we shall be quite okay. For round 28, I'm going to get a full metal jacket sniper with fast firing. And there we go. Alright, now the run will get a little bit easier because we have our airburst starts, rather. And we should survive for quite a while because we can get twin guns, or triple guns, rather. And now we are pretty much in the clear. The rest of this run becomes so much easier after we are able to beat these early game rounds. And paired with the Desperado, we are able to take out round 33 with no issues. And now I think we can save up into the 204 sub. That is going to be our early game carry. And if we need to use a Psi ability on round 35, I will. I'm just going to slow down. And yeah, no, actually we have no problems there. We pop all of the balloons. And then we can get our AP darts on round 36. And that will allow us to beat all of the grouped pinks. And since we have the Desperado on Eagle Eye, the AP darts should just be able to pop all the camos. And there we go. Perfect. I'm going to get another sub right over here, as kind of smudged in next to the other one as possible. And then I'm going to get it up to a 202. And then I'm going to get an Alchemist next to this sub. And are we able to get Berserker Brew? We are. Beautiful. And that should allow me to beat round 40. Let's see, if I need to use a Psi ability, I will. I think I'm going to just do it to be safe. And then I'm going to get a Desperado. Well, I'll do that later, actually. All right, round 41. Or we'll just do it for the subs to have more range. And we'll get Eagle Eye for camo. And then I'll get another Desperado up here for range and camo. And then next up is I'm going to get a Monkey Village. Let's make sure that I can hit the boat. And then we will get Monkey Commerce and Jungle Drums. And then we should be smooth sailing for a little while. I think the next round that we'll struggle to is maybe 63, so I'll show you guys all that we need to do for the remaining of the mid-game. And the first thing will be another sub. And this one's actually going to be a middle path with advanced intel. And that's going to be for round 59, but then also just good ceramic damage as well. And then I'll get triple guns on the other sub. And then Crow's Nest on the boat. And eventually we're going to get this guy to a carrier flagship. I think I'll put him on first at this point. And we should be able to survive for quite a while. So I'm going to speed up the gameplay here, and I'll see you guys when we need to buy our next thing. Alright, we made it to round 60, and I have enough for Sub Commander, which is crazy, because I'm going to buy it. And now that we have our Sub Commander, I'm going to get this guy up to an AP Darts, so we have some extra damage from the Sub Commander. And then I am going to save up for another Tier 5. And I will see you guys for that in maybe about 10 to 15 rounds. But before we do that, I do need to get some extra range for round 63, so I'm going to get a Desperado with Eagle Eye here. And then if you want to just play it safe, you don't need to, but you can use Psy abilities on round 63. Like the first wave, I did not struggle to at all. The second wave, I did not struggle to at all. But for the third wave, I'll just use a Scream, just because I can. You don't really need to use a ton of abilities in this run, because it is very easy. But if you want to play it safe, be my guest. And then once we have this tier 5, I will see you guys in about 15 rounds. Alright, we've made it to round 79. And we got the first strike capability because the next tier 5 we're going to get is the preemptive strike. On round 78, you could have used Psy Screams whenever you wanted to. I didn't because I forgot, but if you would like to, you absolutely can. And we should be able to get the preemptive strike on round 81. Round 80 is really easy. You just hit this button that kills the ZOMG and makes your life much easier. Psy is level 13, which is kind of underwhelming because he still can't even pop Moabs, which is crazy. But we got a lot of good super ceramic popping power. If you need to use a Psy ability on 81 just to feel peace of mind, you can, but it's not needed. And then for 82, we can get the preemptive strike. Start doing a lot of damage to these balloons, and the pulsations from Psy can now target Moabs, which is good. And now the next thing we're going to go for is Destroyer, Aircraft Carrier, and the Carrier Flagship. I know I've already used Carrier Flagship in this run, but we might as well do it again. Because this water-based strategy absolutely destroys Chimps maps. I didn't realize I probably should start using Sub Commander more in my runs. It's a really good synergy with Psy in Preemptive Strike. I mean, this combo right here, you got DDT popping power with the Preemptive Strike. You've got really good Moab popping power with the Sub Commander and with Psy, honestly. And you also have good Balloon popping power. For the second ZOMG, I might as well just use a First Strike. And then we can get our Aircraft Carrier on round 86. And yeah, just look at this destruction. Psy is now level 15, which means we're a couple rounds away from being able to pop BFBs. I'll use another First Strike on 87. And then at the end of 88, or maybe at the end of 89, we'll have level 16 Psy to pop BFBs. But the DDT rounds are going to be really easy because Preemptive Strike takes out the entire DDT layer. So we are cruising. Absolutely cruising. Alright, we made it to round 90, and just watch. The DDTs enter the screen. But that's about all that they do. Because once they enter the screen, they go absolutely nowhere. This trio of, I would say tier 5s, but this one's not a tier 5 yet. This trio of towers in the water just do such good damage. We can use a First Strike just to get one of these ZOMGs out of the way. And after 93, we should be able to afford our Carrier Flagship. If I need to use a Psy ability, I will, but I just don't need to. And now at the end of round 93, we have our Carrier Flagship. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get Stronger Stem and Perishing Potions on the Alchemist. And then I am going to absolutely spam as many subs in this pool of water as I can. So here comes another triple guns, and then mid-round we should be able to get the AP darts. This strategy really doesn't even require any support, but if you would like to get some, you can. We have AP darts, mid-round 95. And I think the next thing I'm going to go for is a ninja with shinobi tactics, and we're going to work towards getting a balloon sabotage, just to slow everything down and make life a little bit better. And we have it, mid-round 96. I'm going to get Seeking Shuriken just for extra range to help my subs. And then from this point on, we're just going to focus on getting more subs. There's another 203. I'm going to use a first strike on one of the ZOMGs, and then we should be able to take out the other one with the power of friendship. And here's round 98. I'm going to use a sabotage, get another AP darts up, and we're just going to watch the destruction commence. Have you ever seen round 98 this easy on an expert map before? I can't say I have. The next thing I'm going to get is... we'll get an ice. And we're just going to get a 240. And we can use a... We'll use a Psi ability mid-round, even though we don't need it. And then I can get one more sub for around 100 damage, get it up to triple guns. And all we need to do is just use a well-timed first strike ability, and that'll do it. That is all she will have wrote in just about 5 seconds. There we go. We have the 030 sniper, which I already have, but we have enough fireworks to get 2 crates. Let's go. All right, we're going to start with boats. I'm pretty sure I have a lot of the tier 3 boats already, so not getting anything new is not surprising to me. We'll go for boomerangs. We'll get some new boomerangs. Yeah, 013, don't have that. Oh, 031, we don't have that either. Perfect. Yeah, my collection is... Yeah, if you look at the top, it's really not that good. I like all the money-making towers. So, like, Sniper I'm pretty good on. Buccaneer I'm pretty good on. Heli Pilot. I have a lot of farms, yeah, 36. That's the most I have. Villages as well. But yeah, it's definitely a work in progress. But that's it. We got the black border on Muddy Puddles. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, it looks very nice. And then we'll bring up the spreadsheet as well. And we have Psi, which we've already used 3+ times. We can change the carrier flagship to a dark green. And then we can change the preemptive strike to a medium green, and the sub-commander to a medium green. And that'll do it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your patience on waiting for this episode to come out. But we're back, and the next video will not take this long to come out, I promise. So thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.